Okay, this is like an encouragement and a warning, but basically, God is kind of saying that sometimes He puts you through certain situations and you go through certain things for somebody else's benefit. Like it's a part of your testimony. And the story that is an example of that is Hosea, right? Hosea basically was a story about a prophet where God had told him to basically marry about like a prostitute. Like she wasn't like a prostitute, but she was promiscuous. Like she could not like keep her hands and her body to herself. God told him to marry her and have children with her and keep on accepting her back so that he could understand how God feels and display God's message of unfaithfulness. And God's whole problem with Israel was the fact that they were unfaithful. And he even said, like in the beginning, it might not have started off with them being unfaithful on purpose, but they started mixing in their other gods and all that type of stuff. And that's when it became unfaithful. So God legit made Hosea marry a promiscuous woman, a woman that would not sit down, that she was in the streets, like she ran the streets. He put him through that and made him go through that so that it could be for his glory, God's glory, as in him. And that should give you some encouragement and make you feel a little better about if you're going through something. A lot of times we go through stuff, we don't understand why we're going through it, but be still and know that he's God, and sit back and just think this may be for somebody else. This testimony may be saving somebody else, and it pull them through. God chose me to go through it because he knew I could handle it. You should be grateful about the fact that God is even wanting to use you. God know it hurts sometimes, but he wouldn't tell you to do something that he didn't have no plan about, basically. Sorry that it made no sense. But yes, sometimes certain things you go through is for somebody else. I'm going to find an example for myself and I'm going to tell y'all. Okay, I got an example. When God was kind of like, everything was going good, right? Then God kind of told me to let something go. And I was like, it don't make no sense, God. Like, it don't make no sense. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? Like, I didn't do nothing. I'm staying in your face, blah, blah, blah. He just kept on like, don't be disobedient. Keep on doing it. And I finally was like, you know what, God, I can't fight you no more. I did it. Because at first I'm just thinking like, why me? Why me? Why me? Then there was a moment when I was talking to somebody else and what God was saying through me to them, it lined up perfectly with what I've been through. So I was able to talk to that person and let them know that, no, it don't feel good, but this is how this is going to happen. That's what God do with people sometimes. And we just got to be accepting of it, because that's another way God shows his love for us. God going to pay you back tenfold. And don't think of it as a material payback, but he pays you back basically like, what, I don't know how to explain it, with peace. Basically, you gaining his trust by letting him using you, basically. But the second part of this message is that God does not like unfaithfulness. And I'm sorry if I said this in the last clip, but I had to delete the one I just made. But God does not like unfaithfulness. So basically with Hosea, he spoke through Hosea and told Hosea to tell the people that y'all are behaving like prostitutes in the spirit. Y'all say y'all love God, y'all say y'all with God, but y'all attaching God's name to other gods or calling other gods the Lord, or basically saying they're the same person and the same thing when they not giving God his true glory. And God do not like unfaithfulness. He talked about the whole time, like in Hosea, basically about how since they being unfaithful, God finna remove his hand off of them, and he not finna act like he loved them for a good little minute until they feel their guilt, and then God will come back to them. So God is saying to somebody, stop being unfaithful. And being unfaithful in the spirit is saying that you believe in God and you under him, but you dibbling and dabbling in tarot cards, angel numbers, zodiac signs, all that type of stuff, calling him Allah. Like, God is God of everything. He is the I am that I am, Jehovah Jireh, Adonai, some other names too. But God does not want to be identified as a God in a religion that says that Jesus wasn't the son of God. He was just a prophet. No, God saying, give me my rights. That's due to me. God don't play about his name. That's one thing he do not play about. He does everything for the glory of his name, because he is God. His name holds so much weight and power, but God don't play about his name. He not finna sit there and let you take away the weight of his name by identifying him as somebody else. Or he not finna let you behave like a spiritual prostitute. And he's giving out this warning to people, not to punish nobody, but he's trying to forewarn people, because a lot of people don't know that that's spiritual prostitution, where you talking about, oh, I'm gonna manifest this. Now, I'm not saying manifesting is bad, but if you do it a certain type of way, it turns into manipulation. And you don't gotta manipulate nothing that's meant for you. That's from God. Zodiac signs, all that type of stuff. God said, don't partake in witchcraft, sorcery, or any of that type of stuff that tries to predict the future, because anything that's outside of God that says it's trying to predict the future is lying, and it's not of him. He said that in I think Daniel, maybe, I'm not sure. It's somewhere in the Bible. Like, you can look it up. Don't just take my word for it. But he's legit saying, stop being a spiritual prostitute. If you're going to love me with all of you. Don't lean on zodiac signs or all this other stuff, or frequencies, I guess. Anything that you use that you think will give you power, don't do it, because that's spiritual prostitution, and God don't get down with that. And that's why God made Hosea get with a promiscuous woman and marry her and have children with her and watch her go off into the street, knowing good and well that she was finna get her junk beat down. Excuse my vulgar language. She finna get her junk beat down, and still had to accept her back time after time, because God was trying to show Hosea how he felt, so that way he can tell them and like preach the message. God don't like that unfaithful junk. Don't be unfaithful to God. And faithfulness is unwavering loyalty, no matter what happens. Faith is the hope in things unseen. Don't quote me on that, but that's along the lines of what faith is. But faithfulness is unwavering loyalty, being all in or all out. God don't play the fence. Get rid of the zodiac sign, the crystals. The crystal itself is not bad, but it's what you do with it that makes it bad. And that's what a lot of things in this world. Don't worship nothing else besides God. Don't even entertain nothing else besides God, because that's spiritual prostitution. And God's saying right now, I'm giving you a chance to deal with that right now, but don't, even with smoking too, now that I think about it, yeah. People use smoking to cope, and they kind of worship smoking because that's they God's saying, cut that spiritual prostitution out. If you want help, ask him, seek him, and he'll help you. God not just going to tell you to do something and not give you the way to do it. That's what religion kind of do. But God will guide you through it. But he wanted me to come on here and so that you can identify the fact that you're doing that, and you can change and repent. That's what repent means. Just change from your ways. But God love y'all. Stay encouraged, and don't take this as condemnation. Take this as God love you enough to change the things that he don't like, so you don't have to get punished with the wicked. One more thing God is saying is, don't try to point fingers at other people and use this message to be like, oh yeah, this person be doing that. Because the whole Bible is meant to point out what you're doing, and so you can fix yourself. That's the whole point of the whole message. But yeah, God really loves you guys, and he wanted y'all to know that.